Good day, everyone. I'm John Strand, a grade 4 student from Seoul. Today I'll be talking about shadows and the sun's movement. Have you ever noticed how your shadow changes during the day? In the morning, it's long, at noon, it's short, and in the afternoon, it's long again. This happens because of how the sun moves across the sky. I'll explain how the Earth's rotation makes the sun appear to move and how this affects shadows. I'll also share fun facts and examples to help us understand this better. Let's begin. The Earth rotates in a counterclockwise direction. As it rotates, the sun appears to move across the sky from east to west. This movement affects how shadows appear throughout the day. Shadows are formed when an object blocks light from a light source, such as the sun. The position of the sun determines the size and direction of shadows. Now, let's watch a short video to see how the sun movement affects shadows. Please watch.
Yeah.
What is a shadow? A shadow is a dark area or shape formed when something blocks light. For example, when you stand in the sunlight, your body blocks light, forming a shadow on the ground. Shadows changes in size and shape depending on the light's direction. Shadows change throughout the day due to the sun's movement in the sky. In the morning, shadows are long and stretch west. At noon, shadows are shortest because the sun is directly above. In the afternoon, shadows become long again and stretch east. Understanding shadows helps us learn more about how light moves and how the earth rotates. Shadows change during the day because the earth rotates. The sun doesn't move, the earth does. As it spins, the sun appears to rise in the east and set in the west. The sun is a natural light source, and when its rays hit an object, the object creates a shadow on the ground. Without light, shadows depends on the object blocking the light, while the size of a shadow depends on the position of the sun in the sky. If you put the toy under a lamp, you'll see a shadow behind it. Raising the lamp makes the shadow smaller, while lowering it makes the shadow bigger. This shows how light and shadow works together. How shadows change during the day. The position of the sun in the sky changes throughout the day, and this causes shadows to change in size and direction. Let's take a look at how shadows change at different times of the day. Morning. Sun rises in the east between 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. In the morning, the sun is low in the sky, so shadows are long. If you stand facing the sun in the morning, your shadow will stretch behind you. For example, if you stand outside early in the morning, your shadow will be long and stretch far behind you because the sun is still low in the sky. Noon. Sun is overhead between 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. In the noon, the sun is at the highest point in the sky. Shadows are the shortest at this time because the sun is directly above objects. For example, if you stand outside at noon, your shadow will be small and right under your feet. This happens because the sun is shining almost straight down at you. Afternoon. Sun moves towards the west between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. In the afternoon, the sun starts to lower again in the sky. Shadows become long again, but this time they stretch towards the east. For example, if you stand outside in the afternoon facing the sun, your shadow will be long and appear behind you, stretching towards the east. This happens because the sun is getting lower as it prepares to set. Factors that affect shadows. Position of the sun. The higher the sun, the shorter the shadow. The lower the sun, the longer the shadow. Number 2. Shape of the object. A round object like a ball will create a long circular shadow, while a tall object like a tree will make a long shadow. Number 3. Source shadow. Shadows cannot be formed without a light source, like the sun, a flashlight, or a lamp. In conclusion, Shadows change during the day because of the sun's position. They are long in the morning and afternoon and short at noon. The shape of an object and light source also affects how shadows look. Learning about shadows helps us understand light and the Earth's movement. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something from my report. Now let's have a short review to see how well you understood. Check your understanding. Number one, when are shadows the longest? Number two, when are shadows the shortest? And then number three, where does the sun rise? And now lastly number four, where does the sun set? Thank you for listening to my report. I hope you understood my report. Thank you. Bye.